What up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of my Magic the Gathering podcast. I don't think I've played with this deck yet in a video, but this one's Sauron's Army that I got from the deck list online. And I made a few of my own adjustments to it. I think actually with this one I only just changed the lands, because the deck lists online just have basic lands, so I changed the lands to make it better, especially because it's a 3-color deck, so having the 2-colored lands really helps. It's after, I think it's around midnight. I'm sitting out front drinking a glass of wine, some Barefoot Cabernet Sauvignon. Dang, I actually probably should have put that card in the graveyard because I got 3 of them in my hand. I guess the ring's going to be tempting me a lot. I mean, I have 1 Nazgul if I get some more Wraiths. Because I have 8 other Nazguls, and then at least 1 other creature that's a Wraith. I think it's just the 1 creature, the Witch King of Agnar, whatever it's called. That kind of worked out because it just destroyed that enchantment, so maybe, I mean, probably don't need 3 more, but just having the extras doesn't help. Probably would have preferred another card. I should have just surveilled that card. Should have just put it in the, well, I didn't surveil it. Should have put it in the graveyard. But that's alright. Doing a ranked match, I was doing a lot of just regular casual play, whatever it's called, with these new decks. So I was just getting my butt kicked. That's a pretty good card. I like playing with that card. I mean, I don't know, I played with this card a couple times. I don't think it really ever worked out for me too well, but I just like the conjuring stuff and all the stuff it conjures, like the Black Lotus and these Mox Emeralds and Mox Jet, all these artifact cards. But that's a card I mentioned about conjuring in another video, but how that one conjures the cards into the library, so you never know when you're going to draw them. I'm not going to attack. What do spore counters do? So much to read. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Put a spore counter on those creatures at the beginning of the upkeep, and then remove 3 spore counters, return this card from the graveyard to your hand. So when it enters the battlefield, you conjure 2 cards, 2 of these cards into the graveyard. So that's one I've never seen get conjured into the graveyard. So he's got 4 there, 2 for each 2 that are on the battlefield, and he's just got a lot of those on the battlefield now. This is not looking good for me. There's the Wraith I was talking about. Witch King of Angmar, however you say that. This is gonna be a quick match. I was able to actually win some. No attacks. Win some ranked play matches recently, though. I think with this deck and my other Lord of the Rings decks, I want to make my own alchemy, a newer alchemy deck. I haven't made an alchemy deck in so long, but I don't know. Deck building is still kind of hard for me. It's kind of a daunting task. I went to build one earlier, and I started, and then I didn't know which direction to head. I was gonna try to base it off Lord of the Rings cards, and I just didn't know. I was gonna do a 5-color deck, but I just didn't know what cards I wanted to add, and I just knew it was gonna take a long time, so I just didn't feel like doing it. Every time I build a deck, it always seems to go in the same direction. So definitely need to get better at deck building. It's a big part of the game, which I guess it just takes a lot of practice, but it's also hard for me to find starting points and kind of have certain guidelines. Like I know simple basic things like kind of land to spell ratio, and then kind of the ratio of all the spells you should have between creature and sorcery, enchantment, instant, artifact. And I know what colors certain colors are good at. What things certain colors do, like green, for example, is pretty good at building land. Not to say that other color types can't do that, but that's one thing that green does really well is build lands. Blue has a lot of counters and drawing cards and instants and sorceries that can tap your opponent's creatures or take away their abilities, return it to their hand, that sort of thing. So it's kind of just hindrances more so than completely destroying, whereas black cards, those instants and sorceries, just destroy or exile creatures altogether. So I have to block, and I only have the 2 options, so yeah, this game is already over for me. I mean, my opponent is clearly going to win. I probably should have played the 1 ring, so I would have gained protection from everything until next turn, but that would have just delayed the inevitable. I'm really not trying to play this game anymore. That's why one reason my decks always seem to head the same direction, because simple cards like, well, maybe not so simple cards, but like destroy all creatures or exile all creatures, that would be a very helpful card right now. I feel like that's helpful with any deck, or a simple card like destroy target creature. To me, is just like a very simple move to make. You see, I had 3 tick marks in the Platinum Tier 4, still in Tier 4, so it didn't go up at all. But I have made some wins, but I'm not doing so too well. I even went back to my 5-color deck, I wasn't doing too well. I might try that again. I think I'm going to try that right now. Do standard rank and try this out. Try out my 5-color deck, see if I can change my luck. I think it's supposed to rain later. It's really, it's a full moon, and the clouds are so gray, so you see the moon creeping out behind the clouds. The only thing missing is just a howling wolf. You probably hear all the insects making all the noise. Just gotta get the 3-color one out there. And it's all 3 colors that I have in my hand, actually. Red, green, white. Red, white, and green. I did notice the white and the green. I noticed this one also had white, but then I knew this one had white and green. And it's 3 colors, and I can play this colorless mana artifact creature card no matter what I played. I'll just go ahead and get this one out, because it has 2 colors. And I'm going to need a white to go against the red for this, for my lightning helix. And then I just drew the blue I was missing. Blue was the only other color I didn't have, so I could use the evolving winds for that. And also at the time, I had two cards on the battlefield. I had 4 lands in play. Drew the 5th one this turn. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. Actually, yeah, let's just go ahead and get rid of this. I could attack with my artifact, but he probably won't block it. And that runs the risk of this card getting more counters, and I'm not able to destroy it, because I don't like that card. It gets a lot of counters pretty quick, especially if he put it out there early. Especially if he has that same card. Well, that sucks. If he has that same card, because it's not legendary, so he can have multiples of that one on the battlefield. And they just really stack up and kind of make it suck for me. I was going to get another black out there. So I got the 2nd green I need with that one. Oh, so at the time I only had the 4 lands. And using that evolving winds takes a land out of the deck. So that could be another kind of strategic way to decide when you want to play that card. If you could use some more lands, maybe wait on playing it. Unless that's the only land you have to play. But if you need more lands in your hand, maybe wait on playing it. Or if you have too many lands, then maybe go ahead and play it now. And that's one less land in your deck that you're likely to draw. Oops, I'm going to click on my graveyard. I only have the 1 permanent in my graveyard right now. It's just 1 returns. 3 target permanents from your graveyard to your hand. I'm going to go ahead and cast this Planeswalker. It's kind of a good time to get it out there too. I can go ahead. I can attack with that. I'm going to go ahead and attack with it, because worst case scenario, I could take out one of his creatures, and I'm willing to do that. Because if you attack with it, see, that works out. I got rid of one of his creatures. That did more good to me, taking out one of his creatures than not attacking with it. It has 0/3 power toughness. So I can block up to, let's say up to 3 power, up to 2 power, up to and including, 2 power, without it dying, but I can't do any damage back unless I attack with it. Gotta pay 2 mana, takes off the defender, you can attack with it. But I'd rather be able to kill a creature like I did, or just deal damage to the player, than block with it, unless I absolutely need it for blocking. But at the time I didn't. Alright, gotta get this one out there. And I'm just going to attack with the 1 creature. So I still have Circuit Bender to block with to defend my Planeswalker or myself, but I'll probably, if he attacks me as the player, then that works out. I got another creature out there. I forgot I'll be able to do that Discovery 5 at the end of my turn with that artifact I cast earlier in my turn. But, yeah, rather than lose my Circuit Bender right now, I'd probably just take the damage from him as the player. But if he goes after my Planeswalker, I'm going to block with the Circuit Bender. Once I lose some more life, so we're still going to do 1 damage because he has Trample. I could block with the bird, too. But I guess not. I think I will. Actually, you know what? I think in this case... Actually, I'm going to go ahead... I'm just going to let him take out my Planeswalker. I think will be the best. I can optimize my cards the best that way. And I can still get it back from the graveyard. I was going to go to the graveyard anyway. Now could be a good time to play this battle. But I'm going to go ahead and get this card out there, so I could get, ideally, the most use from it. And neither of those cards are artifacts or creatures, or artifacts or enchantments, so I can't play this card with it. I'm going to go ahead and optimize these 2 cards for what they could be used for right now, to deal damage and give me a little bit of lifelink. And we'll go ahead and do this. Boom. So yeah, I could use this card against myself, but that would be kind of pointless. So, a time it could be useful to use against yourself is if you have Phyrexian Arena at the beginning, which is an enchantment that says at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and draw 1 card. So if you're getting low on life or just don't want to lose life anymore, you might want to destroy that enchantment. But otherwise, it's kind of pointless to destroy your own stuff. So that's a good card he's got, so I'm probably going to destroy that. Use the instant part first, and then, I don't know if you've ever seen it, Wilds of Eldraine card, but the enchantment is really good. It's a mythic rare at the beginning of your instant, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and you get to untap those creatures. So, really good enchantment. Would definitely not want him to have it on the battlefield, because that would not be good for me. I'm going to go ahead and play this battle, and then start attacking my battle. And I only got the 3 options of permanents to return. I could get a land to play. I'll probably just get, white, I think. Maybe I could use a 2nd blue or another green. Let's get a white. I don't have any cards that require 2 blues, as far as I can think. And I'll go ahead and get another blocker out there. Let's go ahead and go with this, and that, and just those 2. Alright. So now, 3 cards I was able to cast with this artifact was this one for 2 mana, this one for 2 mana, and then the Go for the Throat for 2 mana. I don't think there were any other cards, but with those 3, equals 6 mana, and all of different colors, actually. White, blue, green, black. This costs 6 mana. Plus, the whole time I've had it, spells I control couldn't be countered. So, if it got destroyed at any point now on, I really wouldn't be too mad about it. I'm going to get this battle out there, too. Cast this one for free and put the other card in my hand. Cool. And just going to get a counter on because I got plenty of life. And let's make this one indestructible. The artifact indestructible. And get Candy Pearl out there. So right to, I guess I could use the land. Don't really need the land. I'd rather have it on the card in my hand. He's going to give up anyway. Alright, well. Glad that worked out for me because I was really sick of losing all the time. Cool. So I'm moving up a little bit. I doubt I'll get to Diamond tier this season, but maybe a higher Platinum tier. We'll just see how it goes. I've been trying to do a lot more playing versus more videos because I'm trying to get better at the game, have fun with it, get higher ranks. things of that nature. So cool, thanks for tuning in with me today. Be sure to tune in for the next episode. Have a good day. Toodaloo.